Hello, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I hope you're well. Thank you very much for being here. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and this is your timeless message from your future self. The reason why this is a timeless message is because this message is relevant for whenever you find this video and you choose to view it. It is a collective general reading, so as the messages come through today, take what fits and leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it simply means it is meant for someone else. And check your other placements. If you don't know what they are, in the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. With all of that said now, let's begin. Make sure that mic is on. Okay, it is. All right. Tapping into the Pisces collective now, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What would Pisces' future self like them to know at this time? What would your future self like you to know at the time you view this reading? Let's get one more shuffle here for you. Thank you. We have card number 18, Fear. And at the bottom of the deck, we have card number 19, Freedom. I'm going to read the meanings of these cards from the Urban Crow Oracle deck, and then we're going to dive deep into tarot to get you a clearer message. Oh, and isn't that something? Fear, and then we're like turning the page to freedom. Okay. Card number 18, Fear. Have you seen crows hanging around a scarecrow? I'm sure they were once afraid of it, but over time, with knowledge, that fear disappeared. Are there old beliefs passed down from generation to generation that hold you back out of fear? Fear asks that you examine your beliefs. Are they in sync with reality? Are your decisions and actions based on old information that no longer holds relevance today? Sure, fear can save us from making painful or costly mistakes. However, if given too much power, fear also creates inaction and stagnation. Fear prevents our creative mind from exploring all possible solutions to our problems. When this card appears, you may consider looking inward and checking in to see where you are allowing fear to limit your potential. As the saying goes, fortune favors the brave. Just as the crow on the card reaps the benefits of a field of untapped potential as the fearful crows hold back, you, too, have an opportunity where fear keeps others at bay. For you, the fearless, all you need to do is swoop in and seize the moment. Turn the page. Card number 19, Freedom. Freedom brings the message that you do not need to stay where you are. You can change your position. You can rise up and see the world from a different point of view. You have the wings. All you need is the desire and the self-confidence to fly. Freedom brings movement, flexibility, and the ability to expand your horizons. Whether it is freedom to travel, freedom to make the decisions at work, or freedom to splurge on your favorite meal. When this card appears, you may need to ask yourself some questions. In which areas of your life would you like to expand your freedom? And what is your definition of freedom? Ooh. Clearly, I have a group of you. You're either on the precipice of a new chapter of freedom, maybe leaving behind a old chapter that you stayed in out of fear to leave it, comfort zone, fear of reprisal if you were to leave it. So some of you, you're already headed into this new chapter. And others of you, you're curious. Right behind the freedom card, I have the curiosity card. And for others of you, you're curious about what life would be like if you left a particular situation, environment, or connection. And maybe you're continuing to exist in at this time out of fear. Fear what the neighbors would say, fear what family would say, fear of going against an old belief, whether it's societal or religious or philosophical in nature, that just no longer aligns with who you are. Let's dive into tarot now. Clarify this further. There's nothing to fear but fear itself. Clarify this message further, please, for Pisces from their future self. Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. We are clarifying card number 18, Fear, and card number 19, Freedom. Fear keeps this bird stuck. Freedom allows this bird to soar. Tell me more about this. One more shuffle here. Thank you. 7 of Wands, 10 of Wands, the Hermit, In the bottom row, we have the Three of Swords. We have the Two of Swords. And we have the Queen of Pentacles. At the bottom of the deck, Three of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, and King of Cups. That leaves the Strength card, Five of Cups, and the Moon here at the bottom of the deck. Let's clarify this message now using the After Tarot deck. The images in this deck are slightly different, and therefore the meanings change, and we'll go through them as necessary for your reading today. Clarify this further, please, for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Please clarify this message from their future self. We are clarifying Seven of Wands, Ten of Wands, the Hermit, Three of Swords, Two of Swords, and the Queen of Pentacles. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Seven of Wands is clarified by the Eight of Wands. The Ten of Wands is clarified by the Six of Wands. The Hermit is clarified by the Tower. The Three of Swords is clarified by the King of Pentacles. The Two of Swords is clarified by the Hermit. And the Queen of Pentacles is clarified by the Four of Cups. The bottom of the deck, you have Seven of Wands, Five of Swords, and Queen of Wands. That leaves the Magician, the Two of Pentacles, Nine of Swords here at the bottom of the deck. This is a connection-based reading. I don't know if it's platonic. I don't know if it's professional. I don't know if it's romantic. But I know that your future self has been trying to get a hold of you for a while. That it is necessary for you to move on from this individual. Your future self is asking you to go within, to be honest with yourself. Why are you still staying connected to this job or this family member or this friend or this romantic partner? If you were to go within and actually do the soul searching and the introspection, you're going to get hit with this lightning bolt of information, of clarity, that it's time to move on from it. Let's clarify this. Seven of Wands to the Eight of Pentacles. If you have already moved on from this person, which a small group of you watching already have, I feel like you don't know what to do next. It's like, okay, I walked away from that person, or I quit that job, or I'm no longer affiliated with those people, but what do I do now? And there could be some nervousness or trepidation about, all right, well, what's next for me? So, Samuel, say hi to Pisces. Let's clarify. Clarify the Seven of Wands. Don't take it. Don't take it. Clarify the Seven of Wands here for Pisces. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Seven of Wands is clarified by the Chariot, the Knight of Swords, and the Eight of Cups. Bottom of the deck, the Fool. I'm going to try to read this two different ways, but I feel like this is for the majority of you where you are still in this connection and you have been resisting moving on from it. I'll pull some cards because I know some of you already have moved on. And I feel like with that Three of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, and King of Cups, there is a secondary message. So let me just go through for the first group. Group one, you continue to stay connected to an individual that when you are alone in your quiet time, you know you should be moving on from this person. But you've been resisting moving on from this person for quite some time. You have everything it takes to move on, but you're holding yourself back from investing your time in the direction that would, investing your time towards a direction other than where this person is. So your future self is telling you it's time to go. The Chariot, card of movement. The Knight of Swords, card of movement. The Eight of Cups, card of movement. The Seven of Wands, you've been resisting. Eight of Pentacles, you're resisting when it comes to putting in the effort to move on. Instead, you keep investing your pentacle resources to stay. And it's depleting you. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Eight of Pentacles is clarified by the Ace of Swords. Everything I just said is the truth. There's that Queen of Pentacles and the Four of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Two of Pentacles. There's a part of you that says, I can make this work. I just need to put in more effort, more time, more love, more talent, more overtime. Yeah, I can spit and polish until it shines. You are of the belief that this connecting to this person adds to the stability of your life, whether, again, it's your job or it's a family member or maybe it could even be roommates, or, you know, someone that you live with. It certainly can be a romantic partner, but there's something here in you. I just got to put in more effort. I got to try harder. Maybe if I work more Saturdays, you know, they'll keep me around, or they'll give me that raise or promotion. Everything inside of you is telling you to go, and you're refusing to listen to your intuition, which is so not like Pisces, because you're the most intuitive zodiac sign. I'm going to get to that second group of you. 10 of Wands to the 6 of Wands. There's no victory in staying. You're exhausted. You're depleted. You're overworked. You're overstressed. You're overgiving. 10 of Wands. Tell me why the 10 of Wands is here. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The 10 of Wands is clarified by the Queen of Cups. There you are. The Emperor and the 2 of Cups. It takes a lot of work, 2 of Wands. It takes a lot of work to keep this connection moving forward, to tolerate this boss, to tolerate this romantic partner, to put up with this family member. It takes everything within you. 6 of Wands. Why is the 6 of Wands here? One more shuffle here. Thank you. The 6 of Wands is clarified by the Magician, the Devil, and the King of Swords. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Wands. You are of the belief that you can manifest this connection to go in the direction you want it to go in. What you're basically doing is you're manifesting taking away the other person's ability to have free will. Like, this could be the boss that wants to fire you, and you're like, nope, I'm going to make it so incredibly difficult that they feel so guilty that they won't let me go. I'm going to work overtime. I'm going to come in early. I'm going to eat at my desk and keep on working. I'm going to come in on Saturdays. I'm going to buy coffee and donuts for everyone on Fridays. I'm just going to emotionally burden this person to the point where they would just feel terrible to let me go. But they want to let you go. I hate to be that reader, but I don't want to be the reader that keeps you stuck or gives you false hope. You're trying to manifest a connection with someone who no longer wants a connection with you, whether it's a friend, family member, lover, or boss. I'm sorry to be the one to tell you that. This person has detached from you. They're already looking in another direction. And yet you keep hoping that you can manifest them back or manifest them to stay. I do think you're afraid. There's fear here. You're afraid of this person gaining freedom from you. You're afraid of gaining freedom from this person. The Hermit. Tell me why the Hermit is here. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Hermit is clarified by the Page of Pentacles, the Tower again, and the Hierophant. Bottom of the deck, 4 of Cups. You're not happy with this situation. I have to be frank with you. You're not happy. You haven't been happy in a long time. You know it's time to go, and you're refusing to go. And this is becoming uncomfortable. This is like being invited to a party, and at the end of the day, and I say this to you with great love in my heart. I'm not trying to make you feel bad or anything like that, because I've been there, okay? But this is like being invited to a party, and the party ends at midnight, and you're the last one left, and it's now 1 a.m. And the people who hosted the party want to go to bed, and they're giving you every indication that they want to go to bed. And you're like, well, I could vacuum, and then I'll load up the dishwasher, and, you know, I'll walk your dog for you. And they're like, Pisces, we're really tired. And you're like, oh, well, you can go to bed, but I'm going to keep cleaning up from the party. And I don't know if it's because you don't want to go home because you're alone. I'm just giving you this as an example. It's not knowing when to leave the party. It's overstaying. It's thinking if you do all these good deeds and good gestures, that the people aren't going to turn around and just tell you, get the fuck out of my house. I don't mean to laugh at you, but this is a heavy reading. Clarify the Tower, because it came out twice. If you were to just pause and pay attention to what's happening, the Tower's going to hit you. That epiphany is going to hit you. Oh, these people want to go to sleep. Tell me why the Tower's here. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Tower's clarified by the 6 of Cups. The Hangman, if you just stop, pause, and look at this from another perspective, King of Wands at the bottom of the deck, Fool. You would know it's time to go. You would take the inspired action. If you were, they call reading the room. If you were actually reading the room, you would know it's time to go from this place or this person. Three of Swords. Sorry, I don't mean to yawn. Three of Swords. Why is the Three of Swords here? One more shuffle. Thank you. The Three of Swords is clarified by the King of Swords. This is the person who has detached from you. The Sun and the Page of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Temperance. This is the person who's telling you that they're tired and they want to go to bed. I think you like this person. I think you admire them. I think you love them. Maybe they are your spouse. I don't know. Could be your boss. You could have children with this person. King of Pentacles. Clarify that King of Pentacles. Maybe you want children with them. One more shuffle here. Thank you. King of Pentacles is clarified by the Ace of Wands. That is the truth. Eight of Cups and Temperance. Bottom of that, Queen of Swords. This person has already moved on, emotionally and energetically. Even if you're still sharing residence with them, or like you're still going to work and buying the donuts, they're looking for a replacement. You're staying at the party 1 or 2 hours after it ended. They're already thinking they're not going to invite you to the next party. This person has already emotionally checked out. They've walked away in the After Tarot deck. And you're sitting here still looking at the cup. It's like the boss that tells you on a Friday that they have eliminated your position or you've been let go. Monday morning, you come back to work with donuts and coffee for everyone. And they're kind of wondering what you're doing here. I feel like this is a situation, environment, or connection that you are afraid to move on from. I think you're afraid to move on from it because you don't want to be alone or you don't want to have to start over. Your future self is telling you it's time for you to gain your freedom and your independence. You're staying tied to this out of some false belief. Clarify this King of Swords, King of Swords. Yeah, King of Swords, King of Pentacles. Who is this other person? I don't read body parts. They could be queens. They do not have to be an air or an earth sign. But clarify this person, please. Again, it's a friend, family member, lover, boss. You don't want to move on from them. One more shuffle here. Thank you. We're clarifying that person now. 10 of Pentacles. You've known them a long time. You have a family with them. You want a family with them. You know, it's a friend you've known forever. Yeah. Ace of Swords, Three of Wands. This person is already moving forward. I'm asking who this person is. Hangman. You're not seeing this. You're not paying attention here. This person, this is the Sun in Aries. This person's either waiting to move on from you, waiting to find someone to replace you, waiting for you to leave their house after the party. This is someone who's moving on. I hate to be the reader to give you, these messages, but your future self is telling you it's time to go. Clarify this person further. One more shuffle. Thank you. Five of Cups. This person has moved on to someone else. Typically in the Five of Cups, we see someone crying over the 3 cups that are spilled. And some tarot readers refer to it as the river of tears, because there's a river back here. But in the After Tarot deck, this person's no longer crying over the 3 cups that they had with you, whatever union or harmony or friendship or community or connection they had with you. They're now eyeing another 2 of Cups. They're looking for the replacement. They're looking for someone else to invite to the party. They're already interested in someone else if this is a romantic partner. King of Cups and a Knight of Cups. They're already giving their cup elsewhere. That's a judgment call that they made. Strength and the Eight of Swords. They are energetically and emotionally free from you. I hate to be the reader to tell you this. In the After Tarot deck, the 2 of Swords, there's no decision to make. Fool card. This person's already on a new journey. You're on page 18, fear. This person's already on page 19, freedom. They've already disconnected from you, my love. Your future self wants you to know all you're doing is restricting or I shouldn't say restricting, delaying yourself from your next chapter. It's time to see this from another perspective. The Hangman, the Seven of Swords, and the Knight of Cups. This person's already giving their cup elsewhere. So who's deceiving who at this point? Is this person deceiving you, or are you deceiving yourself? I'm going to get you 3 cards of advice, and then I'm going to jump into messages for group 2. Whew, it's a tough one, Pisces. 3 cards of advice for my Pisceans that are still attached to this connection. Yeah, because in the 4 of Cups, to that Queen of Pentacles, which you came up as, this person's dumping the cup. That's what your future self is kind of trying to tell you to do. Move on, move forward. One more shuffle. Thank you. 2 of Swords, Page of Cups, and the 2 of Cups. Bottom of the deck, 6 of Wands, and the Fool card. Your victory comes from moving on from this particular connection. In terms of advice, the 2 of Swords is trying to tell you to tap into your intuition. If you don't know whether or not you should stay or you should go, then the decision shouldn't be coming from a logical place or from a place of fear. It should be coming from your intuition. Remember what I was saying, you're a highly intuitive sign, the most intuitive sign. You're not listening to your intuition here. We got 2 Hermit cards. Your future self is asking you to go within, because then you'll know what to do in respect to this connection. Victory actually exists in your new beginning. 3 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups, and the Chariot. Moving on from this institution, group, community, marriage, relationship, whatever this is for you. It's a tough one, Pisces. That was a tough reading. My heart goes out to you. Yeah. I'm going to do a reading now for group 2. That was a tough one. So this is, again, just staying with group 1 for a second while I shuffle. Your future self is asking you, why are you staying? Are you staying out of fear? Are you staying out of loneliness? Are you staying because of some belief that no longer aligns to yourself? Like, I don't know, you come from a family where it's like divorce is not allowed. Or maybe you've already had a divorce and you're embarrassed or something, like, oh my God, I can't tell everyone, you know, that I'm getting my 2nd divorce, or I'm getting my 3rd divorce. You know, so there could be something like that, like, what will the neighbors say? What will people say if I do this? Or I told everyone that everything is great. I post all these things on social media, and meanwhile the job is falling apart, or the connection is falling apart. Again, it's a feeling of like, what would people say? I'm going to leave the base cards in here. Yeah. I'm sorry, Pisces. You know, I could be the tarot reader that tells you everything is just going to be absolutely wonderful, and the Hermit was there. And what was on top of that? Queen of Pentacles. Was it the 4 of Wands? Gosh darn it. Oh, the 4 of Cups. Thank you for reminding me. I wish I could be the tarot. You know, I probably would have 1 million subscribers if I told you you're doing the right thing and this is all going to work out. That's not the message from your future self. Okay. Your future self is telling you this person has already disengaged, and it's time for you to do that as well. Okay, for my Pisceans where you've done that already, you've already disengaged, because I have that message here with that 3 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, King of Cups. Then we have the 7 of Wands, the 5 of Swords, and the Queen of Wands there. So there's something here of, you've already gone through this. It was difficult. It was heartbreaking. You finally listened to yourself, and you decided to move forward. You're now in the new chapter, right? You've turned the page, so to speak. You felt the fear, and you did it anyway. 3 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles. Now it's time to get to work. What do you want your new life to look like? The Tower came in. It wiped off what was there. You now have a blank slate, blank page. Your future self is telling you it's time to get to work. Really, really put the work in on this new life, new chapter of yours. You finally got your freedom. 3 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, King of Cups. I just saw the Lovers card. Clarify this more for my Pisceans who have turned the page. What is that message from their future self? One more shuffle. Thank you. 3 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, King of Cups. We have the 6 of Cups. We have the 9 of Wands. And we have the Knight of Pentacles. At the bottom of the deck, Ace of Swords. You have a new soulmate now on path. I feel like it's while you are repairing yourself. It's going to be really important that you create the time to heal. Okay, because you're coming through here as the 9 of Wands, which is the wounded warrior. There's something here about you really need to take time to heal because this new connection is going to come in. Tell me about that new connection. Why do they need to take time to heal? One more shuffle here. Thank you. You have to rebuild your life. 2 of Swords, 6 of Cups again, and Justice. Bottom of the deck, King of Wands. You have a new soulmate now on path. It's important that you heal, that you rebuild yourself, that you rebuild your life, that you don't rush immediately into a new connection. Now, I'm not saying that if you lost your job and this is a new job offer that you shouldn't accept it and be like, oh, Jen the Tarot Lady says I've got to, be poor and eat cat food for the next 5 years because I got to heal before I take another job. That's not what I'm saying. This seems to be more like if this is a new friend coming in or a friend group or maybe even a romantic partner. There's something like just make sure that your old wounds from this past connection have healed. So anyone new coming into your life is not taking advantage of you, whether they're knowingly or unknowingly doing it, because you're operating from a very vulnerable state of wanting connection. You know what I mean? Wanting human contact. So there's something like that. Do you have someone here on path? You do. I feel like this person has no hesitation to come towards you, but it's important that you are healed. Why is that? There's something here of you're very raw, you're very vulnerable after going through all of this. Yes, I just saw the Ace of Wands came out in the reverse, and then I also saw the Ace of Swords as well. There it is. So, yeah, it's double confirmation from you're very raw. You need to heal. Don't immediately trust the next person that is coming in. Tell me more about the next person coming in. One more shuffle. Thank you. And the Ace of Wands shows itself again. The 2 of Cups, it is a new soulmate. And the 10 of Cups, bottom of the deck, the Strength card. Don't rush too quickly into this, okay? If this is supposed to be the best friend that's in your life forever and ever, or if this is a romantic partner where this is really your life partner now, until the end of your life here, or the end of theirs, there's just something, I keep getting this feeling like you're going to have to go slow in that Knight of Pentacles. If this is meant to be, it will be, and they will wait. Tell me more about this new connection. One more shuffle here. Thank you. I was going to say one more struggle. Don't struggle in this connection by bringing the wounds from the past with you. That's why you need to heal, because this relationship, this connection can go the distance, is meant to go the distance. But you can really struggle in it. There could be some petty fights and arguments because you're coming from a wounded place or a reactive place, or you're easily triggered. Let's say you left someone who cheated on you and you're immediately hopping into a next relationship. You may think you're healed, but you're not. The first time this person is home an hour late and their cell phone died and they weren't able to call you, guess what you're going to do? You're going to accuse them of cheating. The first time you confide in this friend and tell them some deep, dark secret, and then you're talking to some mutual friend that you have, and they say something without even verifying whether or not it's about you or that your friend betrayed you, you know what I mean, and went around gossiping, you're going to automatically accuse this friend, this best friend, of backstabbing you and telling your secrets and gossiping. And meanwhile, they didn't. Maybe it was just a coincidence that this other person just happened to have a discussion with you, similar to what you talked to your best friend about. Because again, you haven't healed a wound from this friend. So there's something, and even if this is work related, I'm not telling you, not to accept the next job, but be very careful of your triggers, that you don't start accusing your boss or your coworkers of whatever this person or these people did. You're out of this. You're now on the new page. You have your freedom. You're going to have to, like It's easy to say dial it back. You're going to have to heal. Otherwise, you're going to be automatically triggered because you're coming from a place of fear. Oh my God, it's happening again. They're gossiping. They're cheating on me. They're about to fire me. The coworker's backstabbing me. You know what I mean? Because then you're in fear mode. Tell me more about disconnection. The Emperor. So the boss, the marital partner. Again, I don't need body parts. The best friend who's in it for the long run. You have the Ten of Wands and you have the Eight of Cups. You could re-trigger, or I should say be re-triggered in this connection because you're not healed. This is a new connection here. You're going to always default to the past, and this relationship is going to struggle. This friendship is going to struggle. You're going to have a hard time in this work environment. So this is very relevant for you to make sure that you're fully healed, that you allow yourself the time to heal. If you need counseling, you need therapy, you need journaling, whatever self-help you could find online. Otherwise, you will be constantly operating from the fear mode. And the fear mode is, it's triggered for everything. Seven of Wands, the Five of Swords, the Queen of Wands. Look at the Seven of Wands. The moment you think someone is crossing you or breaking a boundary or disrespecting you, you're in fight mode. Queen of Wands to the Five of Swords is like you're mother effing people. You're putting people in their place. It's very hot-headed energy, very argumentative energy. And it's all coming from a place of fear because you're afraid that this person or these people are doing what this person and these people did back here. So super important that you take all the time you need to heal. New friends come in, take it slow. A new romantic partner comes in, take it slow. Let me get you advice for that. Anything that Pisces should let this person or these people know? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Knight of Wands, the World card, and the Two of Wands, bottom of the deck, the Devil. I would let these people know that you came out of a toxic situation, relationship, connection, work environment, whatever it was for you, that you've moved forward. That chapter is closed. It's done. But you are still in the process of healing. You're still on your healing journey. And that Two of Wands, you're on the new path, but you're not healed enough from the past. That old Ace of Wands is still back there, kind of still hanging over you like a shadow. So I was asking what you should tell these people, the truth that you were betrayed or backstabbed, that you're easily triggered, and not that they need to wear kid gloves with you, but they need to understand that right now you're operating from a place of fear, but you're working on it. You're moving forward and you are trying to work on it. Anything else Pisces needs to tell this person or these people? One more shuffle. Thank you. The Lovers, the Queen of Cups, and the Chariot, bottom of the deck, the Fool. Yeah, I'm on this new path, this new journey. I'm not associated with that person or people or group, whatever this is anymore. I'm moving forward, but sometimes it's a struggle. Sometimes there's a little bit of a struggle for me. Sometimes I stumble. I have fears. I have doubts. I have insecurities. I'm manifesting. I'm doing my best to heal and to move forward. But lingering in the background there is the Moon card, which talks about doubts, fears, insecurities, and anxieties. And I just think you need to be honest with this person or these people about that. Let's get you 3 final cards of advice here for my Pisceans, group 2 there. Yeah, you have new soulmates now on path. Just be honest with them about your experience. Explain to them you're going slow, not because of them, but because of you. Let them know that there will be moments where you will need clarity. You know, you're not trying to be a minute counter or anything like that. You know, you're 5 minutes late. I think you're cheating on me, but it's just like, hey, can you check in with me? Or if you're running late, can you let me know? I would just make it known to them. I'm still in the process of healing. I'm acquiring healing. I'm getting help for this. And make sure you do, in fact, get help for it, okay? Otherwise, you're going to spend the rest of your life. It'll be a very tumultuous relationship, and it's a shame because it can get to the 10 of Cups. So that's going to be dependent on how much you heal this old wound. So I would actively work on that if I were you. 3 cards of advice here from Pisces' future self. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Your future self, 10 of Wands, Justice, and the Page of Wands, bottom of the deck, Judgment. Everything that I just said. Lady Justice holds the Sword of Truth, the Ace of Swords. Just be honest with yourself. This is going to take hard work. The 10 of Wands could sometimes talk about, this is my responsibility. It's hard. It's stressful, but I'm doing it. I plan to get to my destination. Maybe I can't see my path forward. I'm going to stumble in this connection, but I'm always going to be honest with you and tell you how I feel. I'm moving forward. It's a new chapter in my life. I'm not holding you responsible for what this person did, but healing is a process. It is not linear, and it's going to take me some time to get there. But I'm discovering a new version of myself, and I'm healing these wounds every day. Judgment to the Four of Cups to the Two of Wands. I'm doing my best to move forward in my healing. And that could include meditation, talking to a counselor, a therapist, going for walks in nature. But this is definitely making progress. So yeah, basically everything that I said. Let this person or people know it might take you some time, but you're getting there. And you're excited about the future. And you're excited about this new connection or connections. You know, let them know that also. Page of Wands is someone who is excited to discover the new. Excited to interact. It is someone who is explorative in nature. They're enjoying their freedom, but they're cautiously optimistic about it because of what's happened in the past. I think as long as you let this person or people know, you're going to be just fine. That is what I have for you. Pisces, group 1 and group 2. There you go. 2 readings there. I can get more hate mail now about Pisces. There you go. Favoring Pisces again. That is what I have for you, Pisces. For group 1, my heart is with you. Please stop delaying your freedom, your happiness. This is what's waiting for you on the other side of hell. I have no other way how to say it. Group 2, you have a lovely soulmate coming in between now and then, and even after that, continue to heal. Looks like you have a really nice connection coming in, whether it's professional, platonic, or romantic. You can claim that how you want. It's a collective general reading. Until I read for both groups again, good luck. And as always, I'm sending you light, love, and peace.